Today, let's talk about the vehicle that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie, the VT-12. Yeah, the tank with two cannons but no turret. Just by looking at it, you can already tell this thing is going to be, let's say, interesting. The VT-12 was part of West Germany's experimental program in the 1970s, designed as a possible replacement for the Leopard 1. The Cold War was in full swing and NATO was terrified of a Soviet armored push in Central Europe. Germany wanted a tank destroyer that could strike hard, move fast, and take out Soviet armor before they had a chance to overwhelm defensive lines. The idea was simple, but kind of wild. Who needs a turret when you can slap two massive 120mm cannons directly onto the hull? A tank destroyer with double the firepower. The thinking was that if one shot doesn't finish the job, the second one will. Plus, removing the turret saved weight, lowered the profile, and theoretically made the vehicle faster and harder to hit. Sounds great on paper, right? But the reality wasn't so forgiving. No turret meant the VT-1 had to swivel its entire hull just to aim. Something that's fine in a controlled test field but absolute pain in real combat. Imagine trying to track a fast-moving target like a BMP or a helicopter while doing a full body spin. Not exactly practical. Combine that with limited situational awareness for the crew and you can see why it never got past prototype testing. In War Thunder though, the VT-1 is, well, a mixed bag. On one hand, you've got two insanely powerful cannons that reload independently, meaning you can blast enemies with back-to-back shots. That's a huge advantage. You can peek out, fire again, and then duck back into cover before most tanks even get their second shot off. It feels unfair when it works. The mobility is fantastic too. It feels more like a light tank on steroids than a heavy hitter. The acceleration, the reverse speed, the ability to zoom across the map, it all makes the VT-1 feels like a hit and run specialist. You're not a brawler like A8072, you're more of an ambusher. Get into the right position, wait for someone to roll into your sights, and then boom boom, two quick shots, enemy deleted. But the downsides, yeah, they're there. No turret means every single engagement turns into a tank yoga session. You'll constantly be wiggling your hull to aim. If someone catches you, you're basically dead. A T-34 from the 1940s can sneeze on this thing and send it back to the hangar. Even autocannons, vehicles a whole BR below you can share the VT-12 like it's paper. So, while it feels fun and powerful, it's also extremely unforgiving. Play it wrong and you're basically donating a free kill. And here's the kicker, it's not even a regular Tech 3 tank. The VT-12 is an event vehicle, which means if you don't already own it, your only options are rolling the dice with scam crates or coughing up cold hard cash on the Gaijin Market. And right now, this bad boy is sitting around $400 or $100. That's expensive. And my PC setup only cost me $200. That's basically half. And here we are talking about a digital shoebox with two guns. That price tag is partly why don't you see it often. It's locked behind rarity, which makes it a flex vehicle more than anything else. When you do spot one on the battlefield, it's almost always someone who's either a hardcore collector or someone who just really loves strange German prototypes. So yeah, it's rare, it's funky, it's powerful in the right hands, but is it worth the price? That's up to you. For me, the VT-12 will always be that bizarre German experiment that somehow wormed its way into War Thunder and made player ask, why am I driving a shoebox with dual cannons? But I'll admit, when you line up the perfect double shot and delete a target instantly, it feels incredible. It's one of those vehicles that remind you why you play War Thunder in the first place. Sometimes it's not about practicality, it's about style, and the VT-12 has style in the weirdest way possible.